couple of things. Get a couple of things right now situated over here. Get a couple of things situated so we can get everybody in. We can get some good questions, some good feedback. You know what I mean? All right. All right. Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Melting Pot podcast where we talk about everything from love, relationships, sports, cars, cooking, finances, restaurants, you name it. We're here. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start off talking about the sports, about the Knicks. The Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau, their head coach, which is bug because I feel like he really haven't gotten a chance to show his skills as a coach. Going to the Eastern Conference Finals was great. I mean, that was real great. Um, Especially to be there after 5 years. Most coaches don't even make it. I mean, they out in two. So to be there for 5 years, get to the NBA Finals, the Eastern Conference Finals was great. But to get rid of him, my thing is cool. They got rid of him. Let's bring in a coach that's going to make an impact. And, um, some names have been ringing bells, really, really ringing bells. And one name in particular is Mark Jackson that I really feel like Mark Jackson deserves a chance, especially being an ex New York player, being from New York, the way he was overlooked and the way he was overlooked over in Golden State. I think he really deserves a shot. I really think Mark Jackson deserves a chance to prove what he can do as a head coach in the NBA. Having his little stint in Golden State was good, but I think he could find a home here. And then with Brunson being a guard, like, what I mean, just utilizing it and training and, what I mean, his experience as a guard with Brunson, I think it will work. Especially on also with the Knicks. I see the Knicks as they trying to pick up Giannis, what I mean, which would be a good fit, but we got a lot of first round picks that we're giving up in the next couple of seasons. So I don't know what we could do there, what I mean, to really help our situation in New York, but that is one of the issues here in New York. I mean, trying to get Giannis, but will we have enough money under the salary cap? Also, in NBA news, the Thunder versus the Pacers. How y'all feel about that? Who got the Thunder? Tell me who got the Thunder, because I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm going for the Pacers. Serious. I'm going for the Pacers. Pacers is the underdogs. They took out my Knicks, so I'm going for the Pacers. So if you with me, just believe that the Pacers will prevail. I know uh, SGA is a beast. I know he's a monster. But if Indiana could contain Williams, if they could contain Williams and contain Chet, just let SGA do what he do. If they could contain those two, I think Indiana will come out on top for real. For real, for real. Like I say, I'm going with the underdog. So Indiana is my choice. They beat the Knicks. You know what I mean? Knicks really wasn't even my favorite. I mean, my favorite was the Timberwolves, but that just looked ugly. That looked disgusting. Yeah, that series was disgusting. So with that being said, I'm going for the Pacers. If you disagree, I'm saying put it in the chats. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. We here. We here. We got a long night ahead of us. You know what I mean? So switching over from NBA sports, we're gonna jump into a little bit of Diddy news. You know what I mean? A little bit of Diddy news, and then I'm gonna jump into a little bit about myself. You know what I mean? For y'all that don't know, y'all gonna know because y'all gonna be part of the community. But yeah, jumping into that Diddy news, a couple of days ago, 50 told made a post about Donald Trump, asking him not to pardon Diddy if he's found guilty. Diddy, 50 is one in a million. Like you cross his path, you gotta take it to the end. You know what I mean? You gotta take it to the end. Um, and with that being said, this Diddy trial is crazy. The security guard testified Monday in the Diddy trial, and with Diddy having a lot of statue around him, having a lot of how should I say this? The fame, having that fame, that notoriety, just having that on him. People are coming left and right. And if he did what he did, then may he pay his time for what he did. You know what I mean? May he be charged for what he's done. You know what I mean? But if it was me and you, we wouldn't be dragged through the mud like this. You know what I mean? If he did what he did, hey, you know what I mean? Send him up the river. You know what I mean? They did it to R. Kelly. You know what I mean? If he's guilty, but if you know what I mean, if it's just just some politics to try to ruin a man's image, free Diddy, free Diddy. That's all I gotta say. Also, in other news and entertainment, we talk about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, she got a music catalog back. Scooter Braun brought all her publishing, and he wound up settling to another third party. And actually, Taylor Swift just brought a whole catalog back, so she got all her music. All right, okay for Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Also, which is good. You know what I mean? It's good to have your publishing, good to own what you put out. Definitely, definitely good to own what you put out. Also, in other entertainment news, Miley Cyrus, um, she's been named as a Disney legend. And with her show Hannah Montana being very successful, with her father Billy Ray Cyrus being very successful, uh, what can you say? She's a Disney legend, Hannah Montana. Yeah, so that's good for her. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Uh, Also, like I said, I wanted to jump into the topic of myself. Like I say, y'all get to know me. I'm Aleem Shabazz, aka Basil, aka Kool Aid, aka Kiki. Y'all know me. This is the Melting Pot Podcast. I'm like I say, you come on certain days. We talk about all different topics. Like today, my main topic, which I'm gonna jump into for like the next 10 minutes, is relationships. You know what I mean? And the topic of relationships is: would you date your ex? So, you know what I mean, my people on Facebook, I see y'all chiming in. I see there's a couple of people over there. Uh, you know, send me some answers. Would you date your ex? You know what I mean? Uh, Me personally, nah. You put in a lot of time. You have a lot of years. You have a lot of feelings. Uh, well, once you let go, you let go. I never take for granted, what we have. I just pray, what I mean, that when you part in a relationship, you part peacefully. You're not at each other's throats or anything like that. Um, and in my last relationship, it was a 10-year relationship. And then most people say, well, why you ain't get married? Well, I couldn't get married. Well, we couldn't get married. So I just left it at that. But yeah, what I mean, don't get me wrong. You say, my ex was a good woman, very good woman, very good, great woman, professional. But going back, we always said this: we wouldn't go back. And I mean, I know me, I don't like moving backwards, and in that time we shared, it was beautiful, and I definitely feel like it wasn't wasted. So, that's the main thing. Now, say we both have moved on. Me, I've moved on. If you see my video that I put up a couple about a week ago, I got married. You can check it out. It's on a YouTube page. The Melting Pot, Aleem Shabazz hashtag. Check it out. You know what I mean? Couple pictures, couple videos, just something light. You know what I mean? Did it quiet, did it peaceful. Um, but once again, bringing my people into the community, to the Melting Pot. Log on, let me know. Like I say, we're gonna dive into relationship topics, and like I say, that was about my ex. Would you date your ex? And my thing is, for me, no. For me, no. T. Yeah, if it was good. Well, if it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? Some relationships be good. You know what I mean? It just Some people base their relationships on sex. You know what I mean? Just the sex. I just want the sex. If you're not in it for the commitment, what are you building for? You know what I mean? If you're, you know what I mean, you're individual and you're established, you want somebody to share that time with. You don't want to grow old and going to Applebee's by yourself and trying to date at midlife. Like, it's not good. It's not a good feeling either. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't base a relationship off of sex. That could never work. That would It just wouldn't work. It just won't work. Like I say, this is the Melting Pot Podcast. I'm your boy Bazo. This is the first episode. Like I said, we dug into a little sports, dug into a little Diddy. Just to recap, the Knicks fired their head coach Tom Thibodeau, um, which I feel is which is terrible. But it also gives somebody a chance. It also gives somebody else an opportunity. And I feel like Mark Jackson should be that person to get that opportunity in New York. Please, New York Knicks, don't fuck up another situation, man. Look into this. Don't mess up another situation. Get Mark Jackson into it. He's a Knicks alumni. Uh, the city, it will be great for the city. I feel it will be great for the team. I feel it will be great for the franchise. Please, let's get Mark Jackson as our head coach. I mean, also, with the Knicks news, Giannis, us trying to acquire Giannis, the Knicks will not get Giannis. I know they won't. It's just talk. We don't have enough money. Not even to say that we're the New York Knicks. We do have enough money, but we wouldn't be able to acquire him with all the first round picks that we're giving up. All right. So that Giannis talk is out the window. Last but not least, the finals, the NBA finals, the Thunder versus the Pacers. I got the Pacers. For those that don't believe the Pacers is going to put out, this is the main key to this game. Let SGA do what he do. Let him do what he do. Now, I mean, long as we contain Williams, we contain Chet, we good. We good. Pacers got it. I'm going for the Pacers. I'm going for the Pacers in 6. Not to say that the Pacers is going to sweep OKC, but the Pacers in 6. Indiana gets their title. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, you know what I mean? It's been a great season for SGA. MVP of the league, MVP of the Western Conference Finals to close it out, and it'd be great to get the MVP of the finals. But that's where the Cinderella story stops. And I'm gonna come back with another podcast, strictly sports. It's gonna be called You'll See. You follow me, you'll see. But yes, that's the recap on the sports. Also, hockey playoff of the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. I think game 1 is tonight or even tomorrow. Yes, check it out. Check it out. Definitely check them out. This hockey been good. You know what I mean? That Dallas series was a great series. You know what I mean? Can't talk about baseball. There's too many baseball games going on. So I can't talk about baseball right now. But just to recap on the Diddy news, about 50 telling Trump not to pardon Diddy if he's convicted. Also, Taylor Swift getting her music catalog back. She owns all her music, which is great. And the Miley Cyrus becoming a Disney legend. I was gonna jump and dwell into the Pat Poose and Remy situation, but I'm just gonna leave that. That's gonna be for another topic. That's gonna be for another episode. So please, you know what I mean? Stay with me. Join the community. This is the Melting Pot Podcast. Certain series I'm gonna bring in guests. So know what I mean? You have other opinions live. But this is it. This is the start of the beginning. Know what I mean? They say you put your best foot forward. Once again, this is the Melting Pot Podcast. I'm your host, Bazo. I'm your host. We're here. Kiki. Peace. Space.